about ODSP, yesterday I did a big story examining it, and the numbers are quite concerning. In the last 25 years, payments in ODSP have only increased by $239. That's only 65 cents a day. People are trying to survive on $1,169 a month. Sometimes, yes, they get food subsidies, but it's not enough. And there's one man who has $2 a day to eat. Some people are so desperate that they're exploring simply dying because they say they can't afford to live. Is there a stigma against people with disabilities? This has been going on for more than 2 decades. And is your government willing to examine this and try and change this and make life easier for people with disabilities?
Well, absolutely. We all have to support. I always believe is we always have to support the people that are unable to support themselves. And I asked the Minister of Social Services.
I'm sorry, when has he actually said that? If someone has a video, I'd be glad to see it, but throughout this entire pandemic, I have not seen that.
Services, once you deduct CERB and so on and so forth, the whole formula, I think the people ended up with a couple $100 more. I know it's not much, but we do have to be there to support them. And then they have another program for people that are working part-time, like in ODSP, that they can earn up to, I think it was over $2,000, $2,200 approximately. But there are...
What program? Was this announced yesterday? Because so far the only thing we know is anyone who has ODSP and is working can collect CERB, but then the CERB gets clawed back.
There are people that just physically can't take care of themselves. Those are the people we should be taking care of, and we will. So I'll make sure I have that in-depth discussion with the minister. It's very good.
You're gonna have a discussion 6 months later in a pandemic. You have been pressed on this issue a couple times, starting back in May was when this first came up. So when are we ever gonna have these phone calls lead to something?
Very important to take care of people that can't take care of themselves. But the people that are able to work, not on ODSP, anyone, once these jobs come back, we expect you to work. That's simple as that. There's jobs out there, work. If you're healthy, work. Because you contribute back to society.
The freaking audacity to say we need to give back to society to a group of people who have to go through verification to prove they can't work. We have to jump through hoops to it. We have to go through medical reviews. You first said that anyone who's healthy enough to work should just go get them a job. But once again, people who are on ODSP have already been proven that they can't work. So why are you pivoting back to this point that anyone who's healthy enough should just go get jobs? Not just ODSP, anybody. I'm sorry, but the question was regarding the people on ODSP who have proven they can't work. And I know I've repeated that 3 times, but this guy in 6 months does not seem to get that. So I don't know what he wants. I mean, he had a very, very caring reporter tell him that there are people in our community who are considering suicide because they've been left behind. Not just during this pandemic, but before that. Like, the rates going up, it's barely happened. So when is this help going to come? He's never answered why he canceled the $100 a month that wasn't formally announced. Why should we believe that he's going to do anything? I don't even think he's going to do that call, because it's 6 months later. This is the 3rd time he's been pressed on it in a press conference, and nothing has come of it. So I don't know more what he can do. He doesn't apologize for the things he neglects. He doesn't apologize for the things he leaves out. I don't know. I don't know what he is expecting sick Canadians who have already verified they can't work. This is the scariest time in our generation for disabled people to go out and work with the risk of COVID. And he's just expecting us to figure it out. I don't know what we're supposed to do. He doesn't respond to messages to him. He doesn't respond to phone calls. And then he gets these questions in press conferences like this is news. He knows we're struggling. This isn't news. He shouldn't be just having a conversation. The conversation should have been had like within the first 30 days when a global pandemic happened. And I believe it was March 11th when Ottawa locked down. He doesn't care. He doesn't care, and he has moments where he pretends to care, but I'm sorry, actions speak louder than words, and his actions are zilch at this point for disabled Canadians.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you. We'll get